Everyone, and welcome back. Really happy to say I made 4 subscribers in one day, which is amazing. My goal is to try to get to 50. Once I get to 50, I can do live, and I plan on doing live pack openings and battles. Pack openings, I will be buying packs. I do spend money on the game. I do have a wife and a kid, so I can't spend all my money all the time, but I will do certain pack openings. My first plan for my first live, if I ever do get there, is to do a 50 pack opening of Mewtwo, Charizard, and Pikachus, but all in different languages. I want to collect Chinese cards now. I've got the full Pokédex in American, so I'd like to get the full Pokédex in Chinese now as my goal. So I will, that's my hopeful event. If I ever can do lives for you guys, would be to reward everybody with a pack opening session, followed by battling. Also, like I said, I have every card that they have so far, other than a couple full arts here and there, so I can do any deck ideas. So what I was thinking would be maybe for my first deck battling live, letting my viewers decide whatever wacky, crazy, funny decks they want or serious decks they want, building them on stream and then going in and battling them and seeing how they do. I feel like there's the potential for a lot of maybe humor in those types of videos, a lot of maybe actual really cool, fun, good decks that end up maybe coming out of it. But that's my goal. If you guys could help me get there, be much appreciated. Alright, so this is my Charizard deck, my personal favorite deck, just because Charizard's my personal favorite Pokemon. However, I have had very high success rates with this deck. I say that, though, ironically, considering my last video, this deck did really bad in the one battle that I recorded. But it was just a really bad opening hand, followed up by the worst possible draws you can probably get in this deck, just with considering my hand. This hand, however, and start is a pretty ideal start so far to what I like to get out of this deck. Obviously, drawing into the Charmeleon would complete everything I need for this deck, for the hand and everything going forward. Alright, I have Growlithe and Arcanine in this deck, primarily just as a couple extra Pokemon cards, so it's just not overly heavy with item cards and trainer cards and stuff. But I'm not a huge fan of Arcanine for 3 energy, dealing 20 damage to myself. I would really like it, even if it was 20 damage to myself, if it only cost maybe 2 energy. I would say it would probably be a little bit more appropriate. And there's the draw we were looking for, like I said. And now we just kind of build up. And so what I will do sometimes in these situations is I will just go ahead and get my Moltres ready to retreat in case they don't KO him. But a lot of the times with this deck, you just pretty much all you got to do is make sure you get 7 energy on your Charmander / Charizard, whatever, before he comes out. And then if you have 7 on him before you put him out on the battlefield, you can do his Crimson Charge or whatever 3 times without even having to put any energy on him, other than the very first one you put on him the very first turn. So once you get him to 8, he's ready to go for the rest of the game. So there's plenty of times in this deck where I've gotten him to 8 well before my Moltres was dead, and I've just gone ahead and retreated out and and then went from there. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and go with my personal favorite art, probably in the game. And now, see, since he's ready to retreat, he's probably gonna die here anyways, but then once I get him ready to retreat, I will generally just start feeding those excess energies to my Charizard, and or maybe like my Arcanine or my other Moltres that may be on the deck, on my deck, or another Charmander or something like that. But like I said, typically I just like to make sure old big boy here is juiced up and ready to go for when he comes in. And right now it's unfortunate I didn't quite get to 7. 7 is where you want to be before he comes in, because then if you have 7 and then it becomes your turn, his first turn in, you just take that first energy off the board and put it on him, and then you're good to go to wipe out 3 monsters. Or Pokemon, I should say. I know people hate it when they call them monsters. I will say though, ouch, sorry, I pinched my finger. I will say though that I lost my train of thought now. I'm sorry, guys. Well, anyways, this is the deck, as you can see. Oh, they're gonna just go ahead and let him live, I suppose, thinking that it's gonna make the difference because they can do the damage to my Charizard after he comes in, which is very well true. So in these cases, now that my Charizard is ready to go, once I put him in, this is when I will start decking out the rest of my guys. In case they do finish my Charizard, it's nice to have the Arcanine to come in and deal up pretty much any damage you need to clean up. Oh, and I remembered what I was saying. Charizard one-shots everybody in the game so far. There is nobody that can survive 200 damage right now. I don't know if in the future there will be cards that can tank the 200 shot. I feel like that's very possible, with, you know, monsters such as Slacking out there and stuff like that. So it's very, very possible that we do end up seeing that in the future when they add new packs and everything like that. So this is what I was saying though. This is ideal for when he comes out. He's got 7 energy on him. Boom. Now he's got 8. And now for the rest of this match, I don't have to worry about putting energies on my Charizard while still being able to do the 200 damage attacks. And see, I think he was trying to save his Starmie to do advantage damage to me, and maybe it was like a cleanup. I guess I don't really know why he retreated the Starmie, to be honest. There's really no way he can win here. I admire the fact that we haven't seen a concede. Oh, and there it is. Right as I was opening my mouth every time. But that is the Charizard deck, and an ideal run from the Charizard deck. The perfect starting hand into the perfect draw to the Charmeleon. You know, whether you're drawing into Charmeleon or Charizard, doesn't really matter as long as it's not, you don't already have Charmeleon out and you're trying to get into that Charizard, you know what I mean? But there it is. That's the deck. I mean, it's pretty fun if you have the cards to build. Here I will actually go to it and show you every card that I have in it. I always like to send a thanks to a good opponent, and also I always like to check out their battle record. 49 wins. Oh, you were almost there to 50, buddy. Keep it up. Alright, so then if I go into here, well, actually I can't from this screen. I have to go here again. And then I will go to my decks, my deck, and then into Charizard here, and I will just show you the layout. Like I said, the main focus is Charizards and Moltreses. So I have 2 of the evolution chain for Charizard, as well as 2 Charizards and 2 Moltreses, because they're the key. So there are those. That is it. for Pokemon in this deck. As you can see, the chances are you can have really rough draws, but that is it for the monsters in this deck. And then I have 2 potions. I have the X speed because Moltres. So with Moltres, if you have the X speed in your hand, it's beautiful because you don't ever have to waste your 1 free beginning turn energy on him to set him up for the retreat. You just use the X speed and pay the 1 that you already have on him to retreat him into your Charizard, and away you go. Also, it's just nice to have in case you ever do need to back out your Charizard for some reason. They've got him weak, they're about to kill him, you don't want him to die, whatever the case may be. I also run 2 Pokeballs just because there is 2 Moltres, 1 Growlithe, and 2 Charmanders in this deck. If you have your opening hand and you've got, let's say you've got your Arcanine and you got 2 Moltres, you're going to get your pull from the Pokeballs. And vice versa, if you wanted that Growlithe for some reason and you already had, your 2 Charmanders in your hand and your Moltres on the boards or whatever it is, you're going to get it. I've had people tell me that it seems like it could be a waste. What if you draw them right out the bat and then you just have Pokeball in your hand? My comment to that is I really didn't have anything else that I would be using anyways. I don't want to really have any other Pokemon in the deck because the deck is primarily focused on Charizard getting built up and one-shotting your way to victory. So I do have a red card for stall and just for fun. 2 Professor Oaks just to get my draws in. It's the worst when you've got Charmander and Charmeleon. You've already got him already evolved and ready to go with 6-7 energy on him and no Charizard. And both your Charizards are at the bottom of the deck. So that's why these are in here, just to keep drawing, just to keep the cards flowing. And then 2 Sabrinas for obvious reasons. If I haven't gotten set up completely how I would like my Charizard set up, or Moltres or whatever it is, it's just, CC, crowd control. I want to get rid of that guy and bring out somebody else so that, I can keep building my guys and then I'm ready to fight. I do love using her a lot. I will do it to people that don't spread their energies on their bench Pokemon and focus all on energizing their 1 active Pokemon. I will use her just to troll those people hard, where I'll use them. They'll have 2 energies on their guy and they need 3 to do their attack, so then I'll use her so they have to pull them off, and then they'll put somebody on the active spot that only costs 1 to retreat. Well, my thought on it and why I like doing it, and I feel really trolly sometimes, is if you want to use that guy again, you're gonna have to waste that free energy, because you're gonna put it on your active Pokemon just to retreat, and that energy vanishes. So it's a waste. You're not stacking any energy anywhere. That's my favorite use on it personally, versus keeping my guys alive by getting rid of their best guy. I really just like trolling them with their energy usage. I had one guy, and I wish I would have been screen recording, that I think he retreated and went back to his one guy probably 5 or 6 times before he stopped wasting energy on it and just started building the guy he retreated into. So that was pretty funny and amusing for me. I had a good time and enjoyed that. Anyways, I love your guys' support. I appreciate all the support, the likes, the comments. They go a long ways. Right now I'm just screen recording on my phone and talking to you. If things start getting better and bigger and blowing up a little bit, I plan on buying more equipment so I can do a face camera along with talking to you guys as well. And pack openings with people once trading's available. I'm going to do a shout out right here. Jake was my very first follower. Jake will get his choice of any one of my cards if he sticks with me and long enough to get to that point where they offer trading. I will let him pick any one of my dupes that I have. I don't care who it is, and he can trade a Caterpie to me for it. I'm going to be supportive and loyal to my followers, and I plan on doing, like, in a sense, giveaways, just as far as depending on how their trading works. With my dupes that I have, you know, to certain people that maybe make comments or follow me, I'll be doing like giveaways with my rare cards. Just want to do stuff like that with you guys and build a community of, you know, just a fan of like fun, good, loving people that enjoy playing a good game of Pokemon and enjoy some cool Pokemon art cards and just stuff like that. And I want your guys' ideas on deck builds that you want to see from me. Just again to show you, I have every card in the game so far. So if you want to make some silly ideas or funny ideas or serious ideas, whatever it might be, you know, you just tell me and let me know what you're thinking, and I'll do it. I think together we can build a pretty fun community here. Um, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never done YouTube before, but my first videos and shorts were yesterday, and I have a short that's already over almost to 500 views and growing. So a couple of them actually. So hoping this can kind of take off a little bit. I don't want to make money on it. I just want it as something to do in my free time when my son's sleeping and my wife's at work, with a community of fun people that love Pokemon. That's what I really want. And like I've said before, any money that I can make, not all of it obviously, but I'll try to make the majority of what I can make and stuff go back towards, you know, doing pack openings and stuff like that for you guys, and maybe giveaways to you guys for my loyal like followers and day oneers and stuff like that. Maybe do like things where, you know, I made this much money this month from YouTube. I'm gonna do, you know, just as an example, because Jake was my first follower. Here you go, Jake. Here is a $20 Amazon, or, you know, Android Google Play gift card. Go ahead and buy yourself some packs and rip some packs, or, you know, stuff like that. I think it'd be fun to build that with the community, and I love all your guys' support. I appreciate you, and I'm going to be doing another video here in a minute on Mewtwo EX deck and Mew deck. So, tune in for that one, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good night.